Good morning, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. It is Thursday, December 4, 2014. Its stock futures are set to start the session trading higher, although we have Mario Draghi and the ECB coming out in about 35 minutes, and I'll be getting my popcorn ready for that. But I think the market's just got its mindset that it's going to head higher. We hit new all-time record highs yesterday. Before pulling back late in the session, we're pretty much back to those highs, and this market just seems impervious to downside. Of course, when you have every central bank in the world buying S&P 500 stock futures, I mean, why would they want the stock market to go down where they're trying to artificially manipulate asset prices higher? And you want the confidence in this market placed to be as high as possible. So there's no reason for this market to pull back, although a month and a half ago, we had a really massive pullback. All the bears came out of the closet, and we're saying, "Hey, we're in a bear market." Wow. Well, this is one of the most severe bear markets in history. I mean, people are going to be looking this up in the history books. But wow, you endured that bear market. You can sense the sarcasm. Also, if you look 2 days ago, Hindenburg-Ullman was triggered, where if you pull back a chart for the S&P 500, the last Hindenburgen, it's early in the morning, sorry about that, folks, I haven't had my coffee yet. But if you look back, the last Hindenburg-Ullman occurred right here, at this precise moment in time, which everybody was calling for a market crash, and yeah, that worked out good. There's the Abenomics trend line. We broke briefly below it again a month and a half ago. We are clearly and firmly above it. And again, I pointed this out, you might as well just take an eraser here. If you erase this, it all makes sense because we're just bouncing along this line. This was some sort of aberration. I don't know if somebody at the central banks globally were on vacation. Something was going on here. And just erase it because it doesn't really matter anymore. We're just continue to be in that uptrend, which could last for quite a long time. And Barron's was talking about it this weekend. How, hey, you know, even at these levels, nobody believes this market rally. Nobody wants to be buying the all-time highs. But guess what? If the all-time highs become even higher all-time highs and then higher all-time highs, at some point, we're just going to get this parabolic spike to the upside that might be the, capitulation for the longs, which would be a good time to possibly get short this market. But if you see stocks like 3M, which sells, it's not a social media stock, it's not any kind of high growth name, but it's up over 100% in the last couple of years. And you see this parabolic rise to the upside, like abrasive products and, sticky notes and stuff like that, just flying off the shelves apparently. But if you look, Christmas lights, right? People buying 3M products to hang their Christmas lights. That's probably what this market's all about here. But you can look, 3M, new all-time record high, closed just about at it. And look at this move up. Same with FedEx. And if you think of FedEx from a long-term perspective, down the road, when brick and mortar is dead and nobody goes to the store anymore, we just sit in front of our iPads and order stuff and have the stuff. They might even come on our houses and deliver the product. We might not even get out of our couches and chairs. But if you look, FedEx looks poised for the $200 level. It's up over 100% in the last year and a half. Continues to the upside, and that is FedEx. Gold and silver and oil continue to be interesting trades here. Gold is bouncing along this trend line. I think ultimately it's going to break below it. Silver as well is in a channel, and we look at USO, which bounced yesterday, and looking at this, look at that move down from 29. I mean, this is long-term support. Let's just pull up a 10-year chart, and I'll show you, if you haven't been watching my videos here, that this channel here was acting as support and resistance back in 2011. And I'm looking here at the 2250 level for USO as a low. Saudis came out and said $60 a barrel is something that they're looking at for oil down the road. And then if you look at ExxonMobil, they can survive on 40. Who knows how long? So we'll see how low can you go? How low can you go? We have earnings reports after the bell. AEO, which looks like a possible breakout to about 17. We'll see what happens there. Five Below, I was talking about this at the start of the year. Just like I was with Big Lots. Look at Big Lots, folks. This is a stock I was talking about at the start of the year when it was at $26. I said it's going higher, and boy has it. It's broken out. Now it's back contained in this channel. So for Big Lots again, I think it's going to head lower to the bottom side of the channel again. But, it's nice to be right. Almost 100% to the upside in the span of 6.5 months. Let me show you something. So we'll look at Five Below. Reports earnings after the bell. I was talking about this one heading over 40, massive short interest. And where are we? Yeah, look at this. This is a trend line I drew back Yeah, I drew it. Yeah, that was me. Look at this. Back in January of this year. And this is a monthly chart, so we'll pull back in a little bit. We'll go to the 2-year. And you can see how important this trend line is. We came all the way back to it. And guess what? We have earnings after the bell today. This is going to act as support. So, you know what? If I was trading this for earnings, I'd be buying some calls, and maybe that's what I'll be doing. And Ulta, same thing at Option Millionaires. JB's played it here for earnings. This is a stock you got to watch out for. It's been bouncing off support, and I'm looking at some sort of cup and handle continuation pattern. If you look at the trend line here, holding strong here. We'll go back a little bit from a even further out perspective. And I like this cup and a handle, and we could be seeing record highs in Ulta after the belt today on earnings. And we have Smith and Wesson. With all the riots going on, this might be a stock to watch here in the near to medium term for a move back over $10, and I might be getting some calls. Earnings after the bell. Twitter, Facebook. Let's check these charts out. Twitter has been holding support here, holding the line. Obviously, 10 years isn't going to do the trick for Twitter. It hasn't been trading that long. But look at this. This is a trend line I drew many, many eons ago, and it's holding right to it. So we'd see support here, and you saw it. Yesterday was down. If you look at this candle, we were down under the $39 level, recovered, looks poised to take out, and we want to get back up to that gap. Facebook has been pretty volatile the last couple trading sessions. You can see it broke above and now it's hanging along, and I'm just going to pull it up from a short-term chart perspective, hanging on this trend line. So we're possibly going to see a move back to about $74 before vaulting up and making that move over 80. I think both Twitter and Facebook are going to be over $100 heading into 2015. And Google, finally, is breaking down. This is not good to see. I've been talking about this hitting record highs. Yeah, I've been wrong about it for quite a while now because it just keeps melting lower. And if you look, it is now below the 550 former support level, now acting as resistance. This could melt at least down at a 520 level, which would bring us even here with the lows that we saw back in May and the lows we saw back just previously a month and a half ago. So Google is looking weak here. And if it doesn't hold 520, this gap here is at risk that we could see back in November of 2013. Bring us down to 450. All right, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. So we got those earnings reports. And again, IBM actually was up, 1%. Still, I love this for a put trade. I'm not in the puts yet. But as long as it stays under this 170 level, I believe this is going to be a very weak stock. Heading forward, I'll see you in the chat room at OptionMillionaires.com. Everyone have a great trading session. We got Mario Draghi in about a half an hour. Interested to see what he says, but I don't think it's going to move the markets as much as everybody thinks it will. Stock futures, we'll pull them up here, are just about at all-time record highs as I speak. You can see this move up since October lows continues to be a move that just is not getting sold. Every dip, look at this dip. It's like, hello, here's a little dip. No, it's not. Every dip gets bought in this market. So you got to be trading with the trend until that breaks. That's what you got to be doing if you want to be making money in this market. If you want to be, selling eyes and viewers to your website, you're right about the Hindenburg Omen, which worked out great if you did the exact opposite back in 2013 May. UPB, everyone have a great trading session. Bye.